What's going on, everybody? This is Stephen Penhallow by birth, Avi Penhallow by the last, I don't know, 30 years or so. Just wanted to let you know that, yes, indeed, if you got a Facebook request from me, it's me. And if you watched my video yesterday, which I highly recommend that you do, my Meta accounts, both Facebook and Instagram, have been permanently deleted, much to the joy of some, but it's all good. This new account, you will not see any of my activities that led towards this collective action that shut my pages down. Instead, you'll see family, you'll see friends. Again, a reason for celebration for many of you. For some of you, maybe not, but it doesn't matter. This page will be specifically for personal reflections that are non-political and just reflections on my friends and family. So yes, it is me. Do me a favor. If you haven't liked and subscribed to this channel, this is my main thing, the Proximity Portal. I do have another one called Penhallow Studio Labs. I'll post a video from that one shortly. Both channels are very important to some of the future ventures that we are doing. So please like, subscribe, share it. Maybe not this video because this is more of a personal one, but some of the other videos that are on this channel. And then also, it's a long process to find your real friends on social media. Also, the way they do it now, they limit how many people you can add per day. For example, I would have done a Facebook Live this morning, but you're prevented from doing so on a new account for 60 days. So it'll be 60 days before I can even do any live Facebook posting from this particular account. So it is me. I've gotten a lot of messages. I've tried to text people to let them know that it is indeed a legitimate friend request from Stephen Penhallow on Facebook or Instagram. So if you could help me spread the word on that. If you want to know the backdrop of everything that happened, I shared a video yesterday, and I actually found out, for those of you who did watch it, I found out the name of the Fox News host who was following me on a verified account. So I know it was them or their staff liking a lot of my comments on the account that was shut down. And it's Emily Campagno. And so you could look her up. I guess she was a former Oakland Raiders cheerleader. And I think I have screenshots somewhere. I'm gonna have to wait until the weekend to go through my phone and see if I can verify this information, but that's definitely who it was. I don't know if she had anything to do with it or not, but clearly I caught the attention of people who didn't appreciate some of the things I was doing. But so you won't see that on my personal Facebook page. Nor will I add you unless we have a genuine connection. For those other things, you can. It'll be my page, the pages that I run through the account, but I won't be sharing. I won't be unlocking it for very many people. So there it is. Yes, it is Avi, and I did give you a friend request if you got one from Stephen Penhallow within the last day or so. All right, have a great day. Today's graduation day in the district where I work. And so for all the grads, I'm super excited. I'm also excited to be closing out a lot of accounts and looking forward to a really productive summer. I have 2 books that are finally going to be finished. One is a children's book, dual language. Is it dual language? This one's in English mostly. And Ilocano. And it's a book I'm kind of excited about because I've learned the tools a little better. I like the storyline a lot better. And I think it captures a lot of the spirit of Filipino culture and one of the artifacts that is very important. I'm not going to give too much away at this point. The other book is a long-awaited one that I've been working on for Archbishop Veron Ash. The title of the book is There's Got to Be More, Unveiling the Prophetic Life and Teachings of Archbishop Veron Ash. It is not a biography. For those of you who are looking for that, going to be disappointed. But there are some biographical details in there, but it primarily goes over the central core of the teachings of Veron, and some that are just not known. He was well known, in the preaching world, and in a lot of circles that understood prophetic ministry, the Pentecostal experience, and that sort of thing. But a lot of his central core teachings were often misunderstood, and that's what this book is called. It's called There's Got to Be More. And I was very close to finishing it when I put it down last year for a lot of personal reasons, things I had to take care of. But I'm going to get a reprieve coming up in about, 2 days. And so I have 2 goals in the next month, and that is to finish both of those books and get them out there. And then I'm really excited about the work I'll be doing after that, which I'll talk about soon. And those are going to be more, not to say that both of these books are not close to my heart, because they are, but the future works that I'm working on are going to be reflective of where I am now when it comes to theological or spiritual beliefs. And then also I'm writing a lot of things now, blogging on education policy, which just happens to be my area of professional background. We'll get more to that later. If you guys want me to talk about anything in particular, I'm happy. This is my new thing. I have been just coming on live for my commute to work. So if I'm not doing this, I'm either talking to my mom, which I'm prevented from doing so right now on Facebook for 60 days. And then I'm also talking to my AI assistant that I've been working on and developing for quite some time. A lot of people hate on AI. I understand why, especially when it comes to intellectual property and that sort of thing. But what I found it to be incredibly helpful for is to externalize my thoughts, which, by the way, is what writing is. Being able to externalize and organize your thoughts and increase your productive thinking. And AI has done an incredible job. It's continuing to evolve. I use, the basic tools that everyone does. ChatGPT, primarily to organize and structure my ideas. But I also use Claude AI is another large language model that I like to use because it has much more natural flowing language. Each of these tools that are coming out, and what I like about all the competition right now, is they all, find some solutions and angles for work productivity that we hadn't, that we didn't have available to us before. Especially some of us who are more small potatoes in this world, it does give us some leverage. I do anticipate something similar to what happened with social media and the rise of the internet. When the internet first came out, a lot of people, like myself, were excited because we thought this is a very equalizing technology, meaning things that were normally consolidated into corporate media, things like that, are now available to the public. I'm talking about the early days of the internet. And it was an incredible frontier. But as we all witnessed, we saw what I would like to call the Amazonification of the internet. If you remember, when the whole .com boom first started, you had many competitors. You could buy things so cheaply back then because everyone was practically free, if you lived in San Francisco like I did, because all of these startup companies were just trying to get their name out there, including PayPal and all those. But what we saw was very quickly, it didn't take very long for the corporate world to consolidate and the big players basically crushing everybody else. And we've seen genuine monopolies form, Facebook. And so what started off as like the freedom of information, and everybody thought it was going to be this big egalitarian thing, did what it let me just boil it down to this, because I have to get out of here. What it boils down to is the consolidation of power is always going to be in effect. I had something better to say, but that turn there just totally threw me off. It doesn't take long. Oh, I know what it was. Our technology, as advanced as they might be, are merely a reflection of us and of our society. And so we shouldn't be surprised, of course, when capitalism and corporatization and consumerism become the prevalent platforms for these platforms. And so, for better, for worse, we dive into that all the time on this channel, but those things happened. And then fast forward to today, there are these, Notebook LM is a beautiful product by Google that allows all of your documents to talk to each other, including photos and videos. It's like having a room of artifacts and of course, anything that we produce out of our minds can become an artifact. And then you allow these artifacts to talk to one another, and it really can inform your own thinking. It can enhance your writing. So in that sense, there's really nothing artificial about it. But the only intelligence that's happening is really what comes out of your creative mind. And so I don't see that ever really changing, as much as people will rely heavily on these tools going forward. That's just my take on it. There's a lot of other things we could say, but yeah. So if you're still watching this video, that's great. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Proximity Portal. And again, this is Avi Penhallow, Stephen Penhallow on Facebook, and signing off for today. Happy graduation for those who are graduating. Take care.